Mediocre meatheads.
What's up? It's week 33.
It's week 33, guys. We are back. The camera's on the other side, so it's throwing me off. We are back, dude. This week was a little bit weird, and we'll explain why.
Yeah, I still worked out during the week. One of the days, Yesenia and your mom, we went to the gym like super early, like 5:30 in the morning, and we
That's
shot
so
an
funny.
intro and stuff.
That's so funny. Yeah. Yeah, I was gone most of the week. Elson and I did work out Monday and Tuesday together.
Yeah.
But then Wednesday morning, early in the morning, I left on a backpacking trip. Now, Elson was supposed to come on this backpacking trip with me,
Yeah.
with us, but he couldn't make it, unfortunately, because of the pneumonia incident. I ended up going still with the homies. I ended up going with, actually, all my friends were from high school. So it was crazy seeing them. It was the first time for some of them in a long time, since like Monty's wedding. But yeah, so Monty was there. Everyone has seen Monty in like their super early videos, and I also used to do a show with him, Manny and Monty show, and so he's a dear friend of mine. All these guys are dear friends of mine from high school. Zach was probably one of the closest friends I had in high school, probably like my best friend throughout high school. Nikki came, and I met Nikki through Zach. Nikki's also really close to me. Like, I used to hang out at his house all the time. Dick, you guys know, he was there. Kyle went with us. Kyle's super close to me. Kyle's actually one of the first guys who brought me on this backpacking stuff. I had kind of heard of backpacking, but I had never done it. And so, yeah, he's a huge part, and he's actually lent me a lot of stuff over the years. Nikki's lent me a lot of stuff over the years. Sammy, my friend who couldn't be there because he's kind of doing his thing in the military right now, but he's lent me a lot of stuff. So those guys were like really instrumental in like me finding out about backpacking and like really liking it a lot. Basically, backpacking is like camping in that you're out in the wilderness all the time, and it's nice, and you sleep in a tent and everything like that. But the main differences being that like it's not like Kern where you just pull up to a car with a car, you get out and there's your campsite. Your campsite moves every night. You are usually mapping out how many miles you're going to hike every day, so that you know exactly where you're going to have your water source for the night and all that kind of stuff, because that stuff's important when you're out there. You only have so many water bottles that you bring, so we brought like, Camelbacks and like little Nalgene bottles. Weight is very important because unlike camping, you have your car full of stuff, you go down to the marketplace. You have to bring everything you need for however many days you're going on your back. So it's like you're like a turtle, dude. Like your whole house is on your back. In that way, it is challenging. There's, you're hiking through areas, usually at elevation, and you've got at the beginning of most people's backpacking, if you're doing like a 4-day trip, you probably have like 50 to 60 pounds on your back. And that's just everything. That's clothes, that's tent, that is food, that is water pump, water bottles. When you're out there, you can bring as much water as you can bring in your bottles, but then once you're out there, you have to find streams and stuff like that. And so where we went, I forget what it was called. Okay, so it was Dinky Lakes Wilderness, and it was in the Sierra National Forest, like right by the John Muir Wilderness. I drove up with Monty and Dick, and then Kyle, Zach, and Nikki drove up in the other truck. It was a really nice drive. You get up there, it's like Big Bear,
Yeah.
Yeah, we started backpacking. We all had some stuff. We kind of divvied up certain things. Zach brought a ham. He brought salted ham, so like we divvied that up. I ended up bringing like 2 pounds of ham, and just like throughout the trip, I would just like bust it out and take a big bite out of it like an apple. Yeah, we got up there, and the first day, we left really early in the morning to make sure that we could get there at a good time to hike at least some miles and an elevation. I think we started the elevation climb at around 85 or 9,000 feet. 8,500 or 9,000 feet. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But it was something like that. And then I think the highest we got was like 11,000, 10,500. I'm not sure. But the first day was a lot of uphill, a lot of switchbacks. Yeah, dude, some of us, we were all feeling it. Some of us more than others. some of us trained for this. I know Dick specifically trained so that he could get in shape, like, to do this, and he killed it, dude. But yeah, first day was like maybe an 8 or 9 mile trek. We didn't make it to the first lake that we wanted to. We ended up just camping because it was starting to get dark, and we wanted to make sure we got water and everything like that. There was also like a super moon, like a super blue moon or something like that the first night. It was crazy because as soon as the moon came out, it lit up the whole forest, dude. You could see everything. The trees were huge. We ended up, so like when you go backpacking, you have to bring like meals. And I think I actually have one left over here. But dude, these are what they look like. They're just freeze-dried meals. This one's chicken teriyaki rice. I didn't end up eating it, and I'll tell you why in a second. We left a day early, but yeah. So they're just packed with a bunch of like nutrients, minerals, all the kind of stuff you need to keep going. And we would have one of those per dinner per night. Some people would have two, like Monty would have Monty would have a couple per night, which he probably needed them more than we did. And so we had those. They're delicious. I like those. I've had Mountain House as well, but this company's tasted a little better in my opinion. The first day we saw cows, dude.
Is that a donkey? Why would there be a donkey out here? Dude, he's not moving. Oh, there we go. Here he goes. That's a cow. There's a cow out here.
It's buffalo. I gotta tell you.
He's got a tag on his ear.
Moo.
It's someone's livestock. That is crazy, bro. We saw a cow.
Hey, cow.
Hey, cow. Dude, Ford would be pissed.
We didn't know what it was. Dick was like up ahead of us, and I just see Dick come back, and he's got like this look on his face of terror, and his hands are just by his sides like this. We don't know why, but he walked up to us like this, and we were like, "What's wrong?" Apple, you got to get down. Come on. Yeah, so he came back super scared. We're like, what is it? He's like, dude, there's the legs of an animal. I don't know what it is. We walk up. We just see the legs. It starts to move. It was a cow, dude. It had a tag and everything. It belonged to someone. We had no idea whose it was. We keep walking, and there's just a herd of them. Not a herd, but like 5 or 6 of them, and they were just walking on the trail ahead of us. Zach and others were yelling, yeah, yeah, like trying to get them to move. And, they eventually just like ran down the hill and like left us alone. We kept going. But that was on the first day. We saw little frogs. We saw, little wildlife like that. The cows is probably the craziest thing. I like to pump water. Pumping water is a thing where basically they have these water pumps you can buy like REI and stuff. And you put like a hose into a stream, preferably a running stream, and you just pump. And the other part of the hose is in one of your water bottles, or like they fit real nice. Like they make them like universal for like all the Nalgene's and a lot of like the different backpacking gear. You're gonna get the Camelbacks and stuff like that, and so it fits perfect. You just pump the water in, and it can be tedious for some people. And we at one point I pumped 29 liters, dude, just sitting there by me and Kyle, dude, together. It was just me pumping, and he was just filling them up, taking them, filling them up, taking them. But yeah, dude, it was a lot of guys, and you don't realize how much water you need just to like first rehydrate. Also for all the dinners, the freeze-dried dinners, you just put boiling water in them, stir them up, wait 10 minutes while it's closed, and then you just eat them, and they're delicious. But I brought a bunch of snacks, Cliff Bars. You bring oatmeals for the morning. You just pour it right in the little packet. We would set up camp, and the sleeping arrangements were me and Nikki slept in one 2-man tent. Kyle had this 1-man tent that looked like a cocoon, dude. It was tiny. It was just the size of one person. Yeah. And then like with like a little globe around his head. It was weird. It was so weird. But that's what he brought. And Monty had his own tent. He had a 2-man tent because he needed it. He's a big dude. And then Zach and Dick actually stayed in a 2-man tent together as well. So that was the sleeping arrangements. I was really happy that Nikki let me stay in his tent, and that Kyle let me borrow his sleeping bag, and that Zach let me borrow some thermals and bedroll. Dude, they really helped out. So shout out to those guys. Thank you guys. So yeah, we got to the camp the first night. We pumped some water. We made some food. We all talked about how sore we were. Again, some more than others. Monty actually sat down. He was so tired, he sat down where the smoke was blowing from the fire because it was a little windy, and he didn't want to move. and it ended up affecting him the rest of the trip, dude. Because he got some kind of like I think he got sick, and that was compounded by the fact that the smoke was blowing in his lungs the whole night. I don't know, dude. I felt so bad for him because yeah, that happened the first night. But anyway, we had some adult beverages. We enjoyed ourselves, dude. We had a good time that first night. And then the second day, we started our hike to the first lake that we were going to make the first night. I think it was called Woodchuck Lake. I forget the names of the lakes. I'm sorry, guys. But we get to that first lake, and it was actually only like 3 more miles. If we had just gone 3 more miles, we could have made it to that next lake, which sounds like not that much, but at that time, it would have been a lot for us, especially with it getting dark. But yeah, we got to that second lake, and we were like, dude, we're here. Might as well just stay here tonight. Like, why not? So the second day was a lot less tedious as far as camping went. We actually ended up putting our packs down. The guys went fishing. Me and some of the other guys, Nikki, Kyle, and Monty, we just traveled around like without our packs, like looking at stuff, exploring. We thought we saw a cave on the other side of a little lake. We got there and it was just an optical illusion, like the sun hitting the shade of the. It was weird, dude. We thought a giant lived there. Maybe he put a spell on the cave so we couldn't see it when we got there. We heard really weird noises at night. Not gonna lie, dude. Some of the wildlife out there was weird. You also have to bring bear canisters when you go backpacking, depending on where you go backpacking. If there's bears in the area, because you want to keep all your food and anything that has like a fragrance to it inside of there, and not when you're sleeping where you're sleeping in your tent. Because if bears do come around and decide to sniff around for food, they're more likely to go straight to your bear canister, and they're like these plastic containers that are just bear proof. They have like little mechanisms that make them hard to open unless you're human. Although someone was telling me on this backpacking trip, I forget, I think it was Nikki, that there was a bear that started teaching other bears how to open bear canisters in a certain area in like the Sierras. I thought that was pretty funny. Anyway, so day 2, we get to this lake. We ended up chilling. Same kind of thing. There was some fishing going on. I was gonna jump in the lake until we found this weird creature living in there. It was really weird looking, dude. It was like this weird little trilobite thing, and it like looked like a centipede. And it would like go to the bottom and it would eat stuff, and then it would come up, and it looked like it was breathing, but it was breathing through its like tail. It was really gross. I didn't want that thing on me, and so I didn't end up jumping in. It was also chilly, but that was day 2, dude. You know, boys just being boys, chilling, talking, shooting the shit. Day 3, we get up. We have to make it over this peak, right? And so it's another like 1,000 whatever foot climb. And then once we get over the peak, there's going to be another lake. So we make it over the peak. We see the one guy we see like the whole trip. Some guy who's been back there for like 11 days by himself, like, which is crazy. I would never. I like going with a bunch of people because, like I said, the noises you hear at night sometimes, and just like, I know it's just like wildlife and stuff, but it's good to have like buddies around, you know?
Yeah.
Especially buddies with firearms, just in case. So yeah, that was like the one time we saw a guy. But we get to this beautiful peak. You can see the lake from the peak. We're just chilling there. We get down there. Some guys want to fish. Some guys want to soldier on. We ended up saying, okay, let's stay here and fish, because the path started to look a little more treacherous. At a lot of points throughout this trip, the path was like blocked off by stuff. Luckily, Zach had like downloaded the map onto his phone from All Trails, so he could see via satellite, I guess, when we were veering off trail, and so he could find us back to our trail. So he was like the navigator, him and Kyle. I was comparing everyone to Jumanji people, the new Jumanji, and I said that Nikki and Monty were like an amalgam of The Rock, because they're both like giant and buff. We're just mediocre meatheads over here. I felt like I was the martial arts master, the chick, because that's really all I can do. Kyle and Zach were the navigator, which would be Jack Black's character. And then Dick would be Kevin Hart, because, well, I don't know why. It's just because there was no other characters left. But also, he's just a delight to be around. So how about that? This is day 3. So we're day 3. We get down in this lake. We're like, man, this path is getting a little crazy. Let's just chill here and camp here. So we camped. The guys fished. I think Dick and Zach might have caught something, but they just let it go because it was small. We make a fire. Everything's chilling. And then we realized, because Kyle has this little satellite thing and he can send out for weather reports. You can pay $1 for a weather report. So he's paying $1 to see what the weather's going to be like. And all of a sudden the weather's changed. And it said where it's going to rain from around 1 a.m. to like 9 a.m. And we're like, okay, so let's batten down the hatches. Let's make sure everything's like underneath the rain fly. Everything's good. It'll rain a little bit. We'll be fine by tomorrow, because we still have 2 days. We have day 4. And then day 5, we're supposed to hike out, right? And it's supposed to be a loop. So we've been going along this whole loop. We're about halfway at this point. It rains that night, and it thunders that night, and it gets crazy, dude. It was so loud, and we kept hearing this weirdly, like, loud, weird thumping noise that seemed like it was kind of close to camp. Like, ground shaking. It was weird, dude. It rained like crazy. At one point, in the morning, it was still raining. Nicky really had to pee, but he didn't want to get his clothes wet, so he got fully naked and just went out into the rain and peed. It ended up raining longer than the weather report said, but then it kind of slowed down around 10 a.m. So we're all getting out, seeing the aftermath, and a lot of people's stuff got wet. It rained a bunch last night.
We all got wet.
It wasn't supposed to.
Well, sorry, we all didn't get wet. Only the best of us. I'm dry as fuck.
Monty's dry. Luckily, our stuff is dry. Zach's stuff got pretty wet, so deciding what to do.
Start a fire.
We're gonna start a fire. We're a fire starter. Nicky came out naked to pee this morning. Kyle actually had the same ordeal as Nicky, but he had a number 2. And dude, that must have been horrible, because it was raining so hard, dude, when he had to go to the bathroom. And out there, you have a shovel and you have to go find a place. Like, you're just in the woods, dude. So like, there's no porta potties, there's none of that. So yeah, felt bad for him at that point. Felt bad for a couple people. Zach's stuff got soaked. I think Monty stayed relatively dry. Me and Nicky stayed relatively dry. I think Dick might have had some of his stuff wet. I know Kyle, I think, had some stuff wet. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We were looking at the trail to keep going on the trail, and we're like, this looks kind of like messed up. We know the trail going back. Some people's stuff is wet. They might have to sleep here another night with wet stuff, especially if their sleeping bag and stuff is wet. That would suck, dude. So we decided, let's try to hike out today. And so it was a 14-mile trek, I believe, to get back to the car. And, and we did it, dude. We did it in one day. Okay, so we decided to go back instead of traversing the other mileage we were going to do. And we're going to go back to the first lake because this weather is insane. We're on this peak. We got to get down. There's going to be lightning, thunder. You guys can't see much, but dude, this is the same view of that lake. It's crazy. It's insane. There's Nicky. There's Dick. They're just being hoodlums, dude. Hoodlums. Bro, it was not easy for me, and I feel like I trained pretty hard, so like I could only imagine how hard it was for some people who weren't training as hard. Yeah, but we did it, and we got back. We got to the car around 5 or 6. We ended up making it back a day early, so I got there like Saturday night, but it was still like midnight or so. Got a pizza right when I got back, dude. Yeah, that was nice. Everything is just like so much nicer when you get back. Getting in the shower, waking up and not having to do multiple things like go get water so that you can brush your teeth, so that you can make your food, so that you can, smelling normal. Out there, you're not showering. It's just like day after day after day. You got to just make sure. I brought wipies, which is definitely a must. Yeah, dude, it was just a really fun experience with a bunch of bros. And I really want to do it again. I want to fucking bring Elson so we can go and have a good time. Yeah. But, that was my backpacking experience. Did I miss anything? Oh, dude, I forgot to say. Nicky worked out at one point. He just set up there was like an incline rock, so he used it to do like incline push-ups. And then he grabbed like 2 like similar-sized boulders, and he was doing like... That morning after it rained, everything was super wet, and we tried to like make fires, and it was so hard to do. But Dick with the help of like Nicky and Kyle, they ended up doing it, and it was crazy because everything was so wet. I was so surprised. So kudos to them. Thank you guys for being there. Nicky started all the fires. Nicky makes the fires.
I make the fires.
Kyle and Zach for navigating. Kyle's the navigator.
Zach's been taking that role.
No, he got fired after he got us fucking after he was wrong.
Dick for being a good sport and cheering everyone up. It's pretty hard. But Dick's doing well. Nikki and Monty for being buff and awesome.
No, I don't
And
think
Monty's
he's
the muscle,
lying.
baby.
That we,
He was a liar. He lied to us.
he lied to you guys.
He told us it was closer than it really was.
And it was just a super, super awesome time. And I'm glad to be back.
Oh yeah. You came back early, so we just watched the fight night on Sunday.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot. I came back, and then the next day we did the fight night, and we hit up like Thai food, right?
Oh yeah, right next to your house. We
Yeah,
hit
yeah.
up Thai food, got some curry and some pad thais and drunken noodles. And then
Love drunken noodles.
Yeah. Then it was pretty good. Then we saw Cyril Gane versus Sergey Spivac.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Gane
That's
basically
right.
just schooled him for the whole fight.
Cyril Gane, man. If this had been the other Sergey, the Pavlovich, it could have been a different story.
Yeah.
But Spivac did not look. He looked outclassed in there.
Yeah.
He looked
basically
outclassed.
just took all the rounds. It was in France.
It was a decision. Yeah. Okay. And then I think Tom Aspinall was in the crowd, but I think Cyril doesn't want to fight Tom.
Yeah, that's not for sure. So
Yeah.
We'll see what's going on.
We'll see what's going on in the heavyweight division. Yeah, all in all, a good week. I'm glad I got to get it in the gym with Elson, and also go on the backpacking trip, and get back in time to go, watch the fights with Elson. I went over to his house. We haven't done that in a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, super fun week. Glad to be back, and I'm ready to lift weights again.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys for week 34.
Or yeah.
Week 34.
See you next week.
Later, guys. Meatheads.
What up, it?
It's Monday.
Oh yeah.
New week. How you feeling, Elson?
Feel good. I go light again this week. Maybe I'll start upping it next week.
Nice, dude. Nice. This is the week of backpacking, so I'll be here with Elson today, probably tomorrow to lift, and then Wednesday morning I leave, and I'll be back Sunday.
Oh yeah.
So I'll get some footage of stuff out there, hanging out with the boys, guys from high school, my friend Nikki, Kyle, Monty, Dick, and Zach. So yeah, should be a good time. Wish you could come, bro.
I know.
But we'll go on the next one for sure.
Oh yeah.
Time to get some chest and legs, guys.
Yep. We'll see you guys after.
See you guys after. Later. What's up, cuties?
What up, me it?
We're all done.
Yeah.
All done.
It's good. My legs, I didn't feel that tired feeling this week, so it's already coming back.
Good, good. Yeah, it's crazy how quick it leaves, but yeah, if you've been doing it for a long time, it should come back pretty quick too.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, today felt good. Taking it easy before the backpacking. I don't want to get I don't want to get injured or anything. That would suck.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, it's 102 out here right now.
Yeah, it's super hot.
It's disgusting. So yeah, we're gonna get home, get some food in us, chill, do an intro probably.
Yeah.
And yeah, you guys stay mediocre, get it in, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for one more workout for the week.
Oh yeah. Later.
Later. Mediocre meatheads in 4K.
What up?
And Yesenia. We are back, baby. This is our last day at the gym together this week. We're gonna get it in, shoulders and back.
Yeah, I'll still be here. I'm not gonna record though.
Yeah, be weird. Elson just recording every day by himself in the car. Yesenia might come to the gym with Elson. That would actually be good. You guys take over the mediocre meatheads for the week, and I can edit the videos together. But yeah, dude, I feel good. I feel strong. I feel healthy. I feel ready for this backpacking trip.
Oh yeah.
Show these gentlemen what it means to be a real man, a real hiking man. a backpacking man, a rambling man. So it'll be good, dude. I'm not excited about it being super cold and sleeping on the floor, but it'll still be a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, let's get in there. Let's get this in, and then we'll see you guys after.
Oh yeah. Later.
Later. What's up, meatheads?
What up?
We're all done, baby.
Yeah, we're done filming at least for the week.
Yeah, I won't be weightlifting for the rest of the week. Elson will be. I'll be backpacking. Yesenia will be taking care of Apple. And yeah, dude, I'll miss you guys.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so got a shoulders and back in today. Felt good. And yeah, dude, I'm excited for this trip. Yeah, it'll be good to hang out with the boys. But I'm sure once I'm out there, I'll be missing home. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next week's video will probably pretty much be the backpacking trip.
yeah, so most of the video, you're exactly. I'll just maybe take a bunch of content out there, and then yeah, we'll have some good stuff. I'm sure. So you guys stay tuned. Subscribe, like, follow, do all that stuff, and we'll see you guys next week, I guess.
Oh yeah. Later.
Later.
Mediocre meatheads.
What up, meatheads?
I graduated to the front of the seat. Manny's out of town.
Yeah,
so
he's backpacking trip, so
I'm taking over.
yeah, we're here super early today, 5:30.
Yep. I'm taking over the whole mediocre meathead channel. What is it today? Back and chest? No. Legs and chest.
Legs and chest, but I'm gonna do shoulders and back too. I'm just gonna do 2 sets of everything. 'Cause,
Shoulders and back?
Yeah, and
Okay.
chest and legs because I'm kind of tired, so I think I'm gonna take the rest of the week off.
Okay, so something really quick.
Yeah, it was same amount, but I'm gonna do half the sets.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
We will see you after the workout.
Oh yeah,
Later.
later.